Kentucky football season is underway. 1-0, win over Toledo. Now, I feel like they're not getting a lot of credit for it because it wasn't the prettiest win. But, Cart, can we also sit here honestly and say, you, as someone who wrote your newsletter picks and loved Toledo last week, like, this was a trendy upset pick. There were a lot of smart people, you included, who were like, we're going to back Toledo. That's one of the best teams in the MAC. And I feel like, I don't know, Kentucky got the win. Was it ugly? Yeah. But, win by 8 points. That's a full touchdown and a 2 point conversion win over Toledo and pretty close to a cover right around the line. This isn't far off what was expected. And I feel like the sentiment coming out of this game is very like, wow, Kentucky was ugly. But I don't know, they took care of business against a team a lot of people thought was going to beat Kentucky. Do you think that's is it fair how they've been received? What was your impression of Kentucky football in week one?
It was Kentucky football. The one thing I'll say is that I think they did an incredible job of dominating on the ground. Like between, I think it's Dowdle and McGowan, uh, over 200 yards rushing between the two touchdowns. Um, they did an incredible job of running the football, I think, and that really helped them in this basketball game. This football game, and I think helped them win. Now, with that said, a lot of things I feel about Kentucky football also came to fruition. Calzada's not good. He's not. And if Carter Bully?
Cutter Boley.
If Cutter Bully can't beat this out, then yikes. Yikes. And I think look, this was a trendy upset pick. They won the football game. I'm not going to be too like, oh my God, this is bad type situation about this, right? Like they won the game. There were people, that were kind of like you said, trendy pick for them to lose this football game at home. Um, Here's where the fear comes in. That same performance is not going to get you a win against Ole Miss, against South Carolina, against Georgia, against Texas, against Tennessee. Those five opponents right there make up their next six games.
Yeah, that's scary.
This team is going to be two and
Okay. We can get there when we get there. This
all
is
right.
more I guess I don't know what I'm saying.
I'll tell you what you're trying to say. You're trying to flip this into like good work. You got the win when like everyone doubted you as 10-point favorites at home against Toledo.
No, not even that. I think I'm just I don't know. Maybe this is just how BBN operates sometimes. I'm not saying you shouldn't be frustrated with the quarterback's play. This video is supposed to be about the quarterback, but I don't want to just come on here. The only thing we're discussing from Kentucky is like, wow, the quarterback stinks. Because listen, I think there were a lot of really good things that are the reason they won this game despite a quarterback stinking. Dowdell was incredible, 79-yard run that was awesome, but all in all, 129 yards on 14 carries and a touchdown. He looked explosive and great. I thought the Kentucky defense was damn near perfect through three quarters. I mean, literally, Toledo scored on a safety, and they didn't score offensively through three quarters. And this is a Toledo offense that's very good. Tucker Gleason's a really good quarterback. Tucker Gleason, Kentucky would love to have him as a starting quarterback right now. So I thought they got him off his pivot, and he struggled and threw a pick. And I don't know. In general, I was impressed with all parts of Kentucky football that were not the quarterback. The issue is the quarterback play. And I guess I say all that to say I can understand why Kentucky fans would be frustrated because if you got just, I don't know, decent, like C average quarterback play in this game, I think you beat Toledo by three scores. Toledo did not play well, and it's because of how good Kentucky's defense was. But, good Lord, if Calzada wasn't shooting them in the foot over and over again in this game, this isn't a one score game at the end of it. So, anyways, Mark Stoops, Kentucky head coach, had some quotes after this game because I think it was reasonable to hit the podium and have people ask questions about the quarterback spot, and Kentucky media did that. This is what Mark Stoops told 24/7 Sports. He said, quote, "It's something we evaluate all the time. We still have a lot of confidence in Zach, and we have confidence in Cutter. It would have been premature to pull the plug right there when asked why Cutter didn't get any snaps at quarterback." He went on to say, I mean, I really believe Zach's going to do very well. We'll evaluate those things. Both guys are going to get better. I will say, after watching the tape several times, I felt better about it because there are things I know we can get fixed. End quote from Mark Stoops. Do you agree that it would have been premature to go to Cutter Boley in the middle of game one when you had a lead with Zach Calzada? And I guess what do you make of the rest of his quotes about, I felt better after watching the tape?
I'd love to get a copy of that. Maybe he can walk me through what he felt so good about, what he felt better about. I think it would have been premature given the fact that they were winning the football game, right? Like I think that is definitely a reason for it to be premature in that instance. But I'll say this. I just don't know how you come away from that and truthfully feel confident that you can be in football games against, you know, SEC level opponents with that type of quarterback play.
Yeah, and he's old, right? He's what, a sixth year guy? He's not supposed to be this guy that's having hiccups early and he'll get there by the end of the season. Like if he needs to reset after game one, he's probably gonna have to reset after game two. He's supposed to be a complete
Right.
product right now.
Just like go with the young guy, and if he stinks, then you go get somebody else. But at least like see what you got instead of like the Calzada thing is it's like it's played out. The gimmick's over.
Well, I think this is the issue. If Calzada's starting, they must not have anything else. I say this a lot. I think it's one of my biggest frustrations
Well,
with football fans.
I don't want to cut you off, but like kind of in this day and age of college football, though, I feel like you see some cases where like this is not the best they got. But like, what if there's a case where like we're what will we paying Hunter Calzada? Like we're gonna pay him this much. We gotta play him.
Zach Calzada. If he was Hunter Calzada, he'd be really good.
Sorry, yeah, yeah, Zachary Calzada. Like if you're paying him a certain amount of money, are you in a spot where you're like, I mean, shit.
I hear you. I just don't like the like my strong suspicion is that Cutter Boley must also stink. Now I'm a fan of giving two guys that stink chances. If you have two guys that stink, let them battle it out in the fly in the middle of a game. But I just rarely agree with fan bases with pitchforks being like, our backup quarterback's the answer. Like they've practiced for 3 months. The backup must stink if he's not beating out Zach Calzada right now. That's my interpretation of this. Very rarely, I think you can point to times in history where a backup's been awesome and still didn't get a chance. Sam Levitt at Michigan State is one, though.
Yeah. Also,
But
like,
he's not even the guy you wanted.
quietly,
You
Caden
wanted Caden
Hauser's actually
Hauser.
not, who's honestly not that bad at East.
Hauser's
For
pretty
what it's
good,
worth.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I was right.
Who was starting over those guys, by the way?
It was who was it? Noah Kim.
Noah Kim. Yeah, it was Noah Kim.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Honestly, Noah Kim looked okay when he left, though, too.
Did
So
he?
who's to say? Yeah, didn't he go
No, it was
to?
no, it was Peyton Thorne was starting overall.
Yeah, and Thorne also had some success at Auburn. So
Success.
yeah, he had a couple 100-yard rushing games.
Boy stunk.
I mean, just remember it was we wanted Caden Hauser, not Sam Levitt. That's who the fan base wanted at the time. So quarterback
Anywho,
is hard, is the point.
free Mel.
Do not free mail. Lock him up, please.
He's
Um,
free.
okay. There's no way around the numbers, though. Calzada, 10 for 23, 85 yards, less than 4 yards per completion. The interception was awful. The safety was awful. There's nothing on tape that was good.
He's bad.
Mark Stoops, I think, here's the funny part to me. He's showing his hand. Everything Mark Stoops says is like counterintuitive. You know how we came on before week one and we were like, well, in naming Calzada starting quarterback, all he did was praise Cutter Boley. That's not a good sign. In this one, you can't come to the podium and be like, I'll be honest with you. I felt a lot better after rewatching the film. So you felt awful after the game? Like he's trying to like reassure his quarterback and basically saying, yeah, after the game, I was terrified. And now it's not that bad. I felt better after like 3 more film studies. It's
Well,
crazy. You feel terrible about it.
what's the phrase? Blind leading the blind.
It's
This is
bad.
bad lead. This is bad leading the bad. Bad football coach. Bad quarterback. Going to be bad results. Shame on Toledo. It was there.
The reality of the quarterback position, too, is just it's hard to have optimism in your football team, even if there's a bunch of other good stuff happening, if you don't have a quarterback.
Right.
And
Gee, we talk about a lot of this stuff here, and I know this doesn't factor in, but is there not any portion of you when you have two bad options, you don't go with the younger, whose name is Cutter and is from Kentucky pick?
two questions from me. When is Cutter Boley's first meaningful snap taken in a game? Meaning, like, when do they make the change and give Cutter Boley a chance?
Let's see here. One second.
I have a
Kentucky.
very clear answer.
It will be. Will it? It won't be next game, will it?
I think midway through the third quarter against Ole Miss, down like three or four scores, I think they will go to Cutter Boley and see what happens.
You think?
Yep,
If
I think it'll be quick. Then next question: when is his first start? Because he'll get a snap at some point that matters if Calzada keeps this up.
if he does that, I think he starts the next week at Eastern Michigan
So
or at home against Eastern Michigan.
you think Boley will show enough whenever he starts to get snaps that the next game he starts?
Oh, actually, I don't know about that.
See, that's my interpretation is this. He's going to get snaps against Ole Miss when they're getting rocked. And then we're going to go back to Calzada against Eastern Michigan.
Probably, probably.
I feel bad. But at least you got Mark Poe, right? Like, there's some things to look forward to. It's not like North Carolina right now.
Yeah, we're worried about number nine. We're not worried about whatever this is.
Is Zach Calzada number 9?
Zach Calzada just needs to
What
stop.
number does Zach Calzada wear? Please tell me he's number 9.
No, I don't think he is.
He's number 5.
Of course.